We will start at the back of our mat. Come find the back of your yoga mat, feet a little wider than your hips. Stand nice and tall. Take a gaze towards the front end of the mat. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. Clear out breath and space for this time. Full body workout today, but certainly you'll find the focus a little more into cardio, a little more into core strength. Reach the arms up to the sky. First, we warm up the body. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands out to downward facing dog. In down dog, pedal out your feet, shake out your head. And then find stillness for 2 breaths. Change to plank pose. All the good things here in plank. Make your arms straight. Look a little forward of your hands. Squeeze your glutes. Lengthen the tailbone, tone the belly. Take it in. Add mountain climbers. Go right, left, right, left. We're doing 8 today in these warm-ups. And then a step or a jump up to your squat. Palms together, center of the chest. Hold it for a breath. Lower the hands back down, step or jump, back to plank. Downward facing dog. And then walk the hands all the way back to the toes. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. So I've taken out the twist today and added in a little more time in plank. Here you walk it back out, downward facing dog to plank. Hold for 2 breaths. And then 8 mountain climbers. Step or jump to your squat. Give it a whole breath there. Step or jump back. Dog pose. Walk the hands to your feet. Sweep the breath up. Sweep the breath down. Down dog. Plank pose. Hold it. Looking good here. Feeling the heat come through the body. Add in the mountain climbers. Knees towards the chest. And right into that squat. Chest up. Hands back down, step or jump back. Dog pose. Walk it in. Big sweep of the breath up to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. There's 3 times through. All of the circuits today are gonna come in 3s. 3 exercises in each circuit, 3 times through each of the 3 exercises. Release your hands, give everything a little bit of a wiggle and a shake. I'm gonna start my timer and we'll be off to the races here. Heel to butt, just kick. Of course, low impact. You can be going side to side in the steps. Let the arms be loose. Always thinking about that postural chain though. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, all about in line with one another. Long, lean front side of the body today in all of this work. The heels lift all the way up towards the glutes. If you keep the heels a little lower, of course, that's gonna give you a little more ease in this. Full minute, heel to butt. We are laying on down to the mat next. Keep going, but watch me. You lie down, stretch the arms overhead. Come join me here. And your half crunch. Arms go up, half up. Lay it all the way back down. Each time that you lie down here, little lift of the low back off of the mat. Sometimes we try to keep mid to low back down. Not with these today. I want that full extension each time the arms go overhead. If you're looking for a little bit more support, try this with soles of the feet to the yoga mat. I am in these with you all the way today. We can do it, especially when we work together. Scissor kicks are coming up next. So you'll stay down here on your back. Support your hands under your butt. Legs straight out and little tiny crosses. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Keep the legs pretty low. Try to keep the legs straight. Head, shoulders down on the mat. You've got that little lift of the low back and its natural curve off of the mat. Cross, cross, cross. Slow it down as needed. Give yourself a few longer breaths and then go right back into it. Faster, faster, faster. So these are the 3 exercises in the first set. We'll be getting up here in 10 seconds, repeating those butt kicks. You've got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Right into it. I have 0 breaks built in, which means you take your breaks when you need those breaks. Try your best to just go right on through each circuit. You can always modify the position without letting go of our alignment. Very traditional boot camp core work today. Thanks for being here. 20 more seconds here. Still think relaxed in the shoulders. Arms not heavy here. Good. Okay, we lie back down onto the mat for those stretch and crunch. Arms overhead, big reach, half crunch. And we're not coming all the way up here, just halfway up. So we keep that sense of tension around the muscle group that we're working. Working different muscle groups with each of these 3 exercises, though keeping the heart rate up. So we get a nice full calorie burn during this workout as well. Scissor kicks are next. Hands to support you. Head and shoulders stay down. Low cross of the legs. To make this more doable, the legs can come a little bit higher up. The scissors get a little wider or slower. Go for your best effort here. Don't hold back. Just to add another complicated layer to this, breathe in and out of the nose as much as you can throughout this practice. Some great exhale, release through the mouth are good. Much as we can, keep it in and out of the nose though. Feel this in the thighs for sure. We've got it. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, roll up safely, get right into those kicks. Knees stay hip distance apart, right underneath you. Good. We do everything in Triple B barefoot. This is the most running and cardio that we see about once a month. I put us through. Don't be surprised if your feet, ankles are a little sore tomorrow within that. It's just a new learning. If it's ever too much, you change it to the low impact. Okay, we're down to the mat. This is the third last time through for this first circuit, and that's stretch and crunch. Stretch and crunch. I like to place my legs just heels down, sort of 3/4 extended. I've found lately as the sweet spot for this stretch and crunch. Exhale each time you crunch up. Inhale on the stretch. Here we are for the last round of scissor kicks in this circuit. Support yourself. Keep head and shoulders down, so it's just the lower abdominal work. Abductors, adductors, all working together here, not in competition. About 20 more seconds. We've got this. As the fatigue sets in, concentrate on the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. This is like you're jumping rope, but you're adding a little twist to it. Feet stay mostly together. I tend to get the arms going out to the side, whatever works for you. A little bit more of a low impact as feet wider, taking more time to switch the weight side to side. I always feel anytime I add a little bit of torque and twist in a cardio movement, the weight, the air gets trapped really high in the chest. Think belly breath the whole time. Set up in a plank. Right hand, outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left foot, left arm high. Plank twist. You come through the plank, arm goes underneath you, and then right back up. Try to square off the hips as you reach underneath. I go slower here, go for the quality of the movement, not the quantity. Switch to the second side. Almost feels like a break, just 30 seconds on each side for this movement. Familiarity of plank and side plank, just adding them together. As we work cardio and abs, we get in a lot of sneaky arm work here. Sit down on your butt, tricep dips, hands behind you. Point the fingers towards your heels. Lift up, tabletop, squeeze in the butt to lift the thighs, and little dips here. Down and up, down and up. You can stay at that pace or go a little quicker. I like to keep the eye gaze at my thighs, at the belly, seeing them all lift and lower together. A little squeeze of the glutes the whole time is going to help us out. This one's not sneaky at all. It's right into the upper body strength without even having to pick up a weight. We're here and we're almost done. It's time to stand up. Back into our twist jump rope. Take the water break, take the breath break as needed, and then right back in. How proud are we going to be of ourselves all day long, taking this energy, strong, sweaty movement throughout each next thing that we do. We're here for 20 more seconds. Sides of the waistline, obliques. Totally gonna feel this one. We're into side planks with the reach through. Yoga mats all over the place. Whew, find that balance. Remember, these are slower. No rush. Try to square off the hips and shoulders each time you get into the reach through. Switch sides. 30 more seconds here. Grip underneath all 5 fingers that are on the ground so that the weight doesn't all end up in the back of the wrist. Remember, tricep dips are next. Sit yourself down, set it up well. Form counts every time, first and foremost. And then you add in the movement. Hips don't have to lift super high, but still keep that little bit of squeeze and strength in the glutes. Feeling of wanting to lift through the thighs. And that'll help transfer the weight evenly throughout so you're not overtaxed here in the upper body. I can feel the brightness and the redness in my face growing with each new round, right? Leave the work here on the mat. Stand back up. Last circuit for these twists. I tend to let it go a little bit more side to side so that I can keep the transference of breath up and down. If it works for you, knees together the whole time. We've got 10 more seconds right here in the twist. And then we're on to our plank with the reach through. Set it up. First side. Another great option is to hold side plank for the 30 seconds. If the reach through is not working, any concerns in shoulder or wrist, go down to the forearms and do the same work. We tend to train, if you will, the straight arm version of side plank, making it, I think, more doable than the forearm version. Switch sides, just because we do this a lot. Second side. That good old muscle memory, which is actually your nervous system, understanding the loads, the responses, and giving good energy to the body to keep it going. All right, tricep dips. Here we are. I'm getting slower with that setup. I don't know about you guys. Take your time. Hands can turn out to the side rather than straight point towards the toes. Might be a little bit easier in the rotation in shoulders and wrist. Gets in the work a little tiny bit different. Maybe that feels good too. Twenty more seconds of tricep dips. Then we stand back up. There is more. Hooray. 10 seconds. We've got this. Stand up. Think jumping jacks, but cross. Hands, do with them what you want. They can add into the jack. Stay right in beside you for a little bit more energy restraint. Keep going with the cross jacks. Sometimes I do plank, our jacks, just step out to the side as well. That can cross. All the combinations. We're back down to plank for exercise 2. Okay, set up. Good old plank. Feet wider than the hips here. And it's little quick dips, side to side. Each time that you come across the center, I think like halfway towards cat back. Like you're having to pick up and over something in your center. Big beach ball right underneath you that you have to lift up and over each time. I almost feel like I'm walking the feet the whole time as well, trying to get side to side here. Shoulders over the back of the wrist. This again can be hands or forearms. You're at it for 5 more seconds. And then switch to lie down onto your back. Support underneath your bum. Legs straight up to the sky. Reverse crunch, targeting those very lower abdominals. Slow this one down. Again, think form the entire time. Just a little lift off of the ground is all we're looking for. Now the feet and hips are gonna sway, the legs are gonna sway a little forward and back. Our objective is to lift straight up. So don't go to plow. No feet towards the head, just straight up as much as we can here. We're tired, we've been working. Slower for more right now. Top of the circuit, safely stand up, cross jacks. Right into it. The full break comes soon. Right here. Put in breath work and movement all together. Nice. Little different mentality. Triple B is about finding those challenges, those edges, seeing what we can do with it. We're here for 10 more seconds. Okay, plank with the lift and hiccup of the hips, side to side. And try it down on the forearms this time. Why not? Again, start with the feet about as wide as the mat so you got a little bit more room to work with. Hips are lifting up and over the center each time. I mentioned that nose breathing. How's it going? Maybe I'm 50% of my way there. It's a big practice. We're here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lie down onto your back. Support under your bum, legs straight up in the air. Reverse crunch. Remember, it's slower. Again, that quality over quantity for this minute. So much sweat on my mat. Make sure you always have a steady space when you get up to do the cross jacks. That's not going to make you lose your grip. Ten more seconds, even if legs are just straight up in the air. They're going to do some work. We try to release that swing so that it's not the hip flexors just tightening. Stand up. This is your last minute of intense cardio right here. 60 seconds. All we got. There is one more circuit after this one. You're not done. But it doesn't have this intense cardio. That's good. Cross jacks, 20 more seconds. Let's get it done. Excellent. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's plank time. First stage, hold the plank. Second is adding the twist, the lift, side to side. Full minute holding plank, lots of upper body work. For sure, try to look ahead of the hands so we're not hanging too heavy on the neck or shoulders. Stay right where you are, present with this breath, present with this exercise. One minute at a time. Think I can do anything for 1 minute. And it's over. Lie down onto your back. The plank is over. Reverse crunch. A little lift. Think straight up and down. Feet towards the ceiling, not towards your head. Even just an inch up. If you start to notice the legs swinging, slow it down, hold it, restart. Last super powered circuit right here, last minute of this. The last circuit involves a little bit more stretch, just a little. Yay, hug your knees into your chest. Safely roll up to standing. Wipe down the mat as needed so that you can take a wide stance. Inner thigh work still, adductors, lean side to side, but slow and controlled here. Fingertips can reach down to the mat or stay higher along the thighs. So your constant movement, staying with it. So we slowly bring the heart rate down. Still doing the work. Stay more towards one side for a longer static stretch, and then switch it over. We're coming to bridge pose next. Lie down onto your back. Take your arms like bookends, so bend at the elbows. Press your upper back, shoulders, head, and feet into the mat. And lift your hips. When you get to the top, I'm going to say 2 breaths. So it's moving, but again, slowing down. And then on an exhale, release the hips back down to the mat. They get just a little bounce before they lift right back up. And again, about 2 breaths each time you reach the top. Squeeze in the glutes, Think long line from the hips to the knees, knees right over the center of the feet still. Lower it down. Inhale, lift and stay. And then lower. Lie onto one side. I'm going to lie on my left side with the right leg kicked over and forward. And it's that left extended leg that's going to do a little bit of work here, like making V shapes, the letter V, with the bottom leg, with the toes, shaping a little V. Strong activation of the abductor muscles here. We're going a full minute on this one side. This last circuit is just 2 times through. So as we find this position the second time, we'll just switch sides. Little movement, plenty tiring, right? Safely stand back up. Again, nice wide stance. Side to side, maybe holding the stretch a little bit more here. Even coming all the way into the squat. Switch sides every few breaths. You don't have to stay or watch me, just at your own. Such good work today. Thanks for making the time, the effort for Triple B. Bridge lift. Lie down onto your back. Stay 2 breaths longer if you wish in the height of bridge. This is your minute. What feels good here? Okay, and we are closing out this circuit with the lower leg V's. Make sure you've switched sides here. You can prop underneath the head. Top leg is across. You are working the bottom leg. Trace little V shapes. No extra added weight resistance, and yet lots of lean sculpting in the muscles to benefit overall health and fitness. Not about how we look, how we feel. When we feel good, we look exceptional, of course. Kind, beautiful, bright. You've done it. Lie down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself all of the warm love so well. I am enough, present in this moment. Take the knees over towards the right. Supine twist. The inspirational offerings, I know, can be cheesy and cliche, but I think they're so often said because they work. Positive mindset within. Take it over to the second side. Okay, come back across the center. Come up to a seated position and stretch your legs straight out in front of you. And take a seated forward fold. Look more towards your ankles, your toes. So there's just a little lift of the head and chin. Body still coming down from the higher cardio work. Okay, and I ask you today to sit or even to stand for a final minute. So just kind of judging how your body wants to be, sit or stand. If you feel the slight bit dizzy, if the breath is still hard to maintain an even rate, keep the eyes open. If it's okay for you, especially seated, close the eyes. And again, that internal pat on the back. We did 4 circuits of work today, continuous work all the way through for 45 minutes. You are present and full. These breaths are your thanks. Draw palms together, thumbs to your sternum. Absolute full gratitude to you, each other, this practice. Namaste.